But I had to figure, I'm like, okay, I have to figure out my space in it.
I'm very tired of all of the lies. I've been hearing things and, and seeing things on the blogs and,
The drama surrounding Jay-Z's legal troubles has everyone talking, and it's no surprise why. With allegations piling up, connections to other high-profile figures, and rumors of behind-the-scenes schemes, this situation is starting to look like something out of a Hollywood thriller. But what's really turning heads is the unexpected name that could play a pivotal role in these unfolding events. R. Kelly. Yes, you heard that right. The disgraced R&B star, currently serving time for his own long list of transgressions, is now being whispered about as a possible key witness in the legal maelstrom engulfing Jay-Z. R.
Life. Everything is life. It happens for you. Everything is for your great.
Kelly, but how did we even get here? Let's break it all down. Understand why R. Kelly's name is being tossed around in connection with Jay-Z's present woes. We need to rewind to the early 2000s when the two artists were collaborating on what should have been a groundbreaking project. The music world was buzzing with excitement when Jay-Z and R. Kelly teamed up for their joint record, The Best of Both Worlds. On paper,
you feel that people have maligned your character.
I have been assassinated. I have been buried alive. But I'm alive.
So I think the point you're making is, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you have never held anybody against their will.
I don't need to. Why would I?
Well,
How stupid would it be for R. Kelly? With all I've been through in my way past.
It was a match made in heaven. P-Hop royalty meets R&B genius. Behind the scenes, things were anything but peaceful. Insiders later revealed that problems between the two stars were simmering even during the recording sessions. Jay-Z, for his meticulous approach to business and music, tediously grew irritated with R's erratic behavior and lack of professionalism. Meanwhile, R reportedly felt overshadowed and sidelined by Jay-Z's domineering presence. Their attitudes were like oil and water. One was all about precision and control, while the other lived in chaos and spontaneity.
He talked about that, and then he just said how much conflict they was experiencing.
The ego set the stage for what would eventually become one of the most infamous feuds in music history. Real thema began to unfold during their ill-fated tour of Both Worlds. From the start, it was plagued by problems with R issues. R. Kelly showed up late to meetings or skipped them altogether. There were constant complaints about the production. Things hit a boiling point during a show at Madison Square Garden, where R. left the stage. He saw someone in the audience threatening him with a gun. What next was the stuff of tabloid news. Headlines: Lost R tried to return to the stage. He was sprayed by a member of Jay-Z's crew. Ut Fallout the 8 and Cruel are brutal. R. Kelly, who was dropped from the tour, was filed on both sides, and the partnership collapsed in spectacular fashion. Fast forward to today, and the messy past is starting to look like more than just a clash of egos, simulating that the bad blood is bad blood between Jay-Z and R.
Like the days before the event, he was getting threats that he felt like was coming from Jay-Z. Like Jay-Z was trying to base.
Kelly R might have deeper roots. It could now resurface as the legal attention shines on Jay-Z and R. Jay-Z, R. Kelly, embroiled in his own legal fights for years, is losing at this point. Could he use his past contacts with Jay to make a deal or settle old scores? Ability has mouths wagging, uaggingly given the whispers that R might have dirt on Jay-Z that's never been made public. It's not losing the timing, the ultiming. Lawsuits against Jay-Z are developing in the shadow of the explosive legal case against Diddy, another Diddy, a mogul who's been accused of heinous behavior spanning decades. Tuacios already exposed a darker side of the entertainment industry with accusations of manipulation, exploitation, and his infamous parties.
Chicago musician R. Kelly filed a petition to the U.S. Supreme Court to review his conviction for federal.
R&B star R. Kelly is fighting to overturn his conviction that sent him to prison for 30 years. His attorneys argue federal prosecutors in Brooklyn failed to prove Kelly's acts were part of.
These sent shockwaves through the industry, wondering if Jay-Z could be the next domino to fall, cutting all the links between these two men. Run Deep Men. Ave Calahas on Music Attend to Music. Same events and movements, the same elite groups elite. Years of did years. If it opens the doors, Jay-Z won't be swept up in the tide, but why not? Does R. Kelly fits into all of this? For starters, his past with Jay-Z is riddled with tension and controversy, making him a wild card in this unfolding saga. Some R. Kelly thinks R. is ready to testify or provide information that could bolster the cases against Jay-Z, especially Jay-Z, as it serves his own interests after interests. After all, RG's history of alleged misconduct overlaps with some of the same groups Jay-Z has moved in, but he has been a participant in incidents that are now coming under review. It's tough, but one that's hard to ignore given the tangled web of links in the R. Kelly story.
Arguably the defense's biggest asset in this case was the complexity and arguably the awkwardness of applying federal racketeering charges to a person who now is convicted of using his business in order to satisfy his urges. It's not the traditional application of racketeering law. Normally that's been applied to mafia type.
Inger. Kelly AZ funded the Do the his documentary, which was the cause of the document, the question of credibility. R. Cal credibility. R. Kelly's put it mildly, in tatters. Mildly and in tatters. It has made him one of the most reviled figures in music, but in the music of legal battles, even a disbattles figure like R. Kelly can be a valuable asset if he has information that corroborates other claims or fills in gaps in the narrative if he has a narrative. Forward with information about Jay-Z's alleged behavior, it could behave and scale in ways we can't yet predict. Is, of course, for now, there's no hard proof that R. Kelly is poised to take the stand against Jay-Z or that he even has information relevant to the current allegations.
What they experienced at his hands, or the threats and harassment they faced in telling the truth about what happened to them. We hope that today's verdict brings some measure of comfort and closure to the victims. This conviction is the latest in a long line of prosecutions by this office to protect women and vulnerable minors from.
But the allegations, if true, are enough to send shockwaves through the entertainment industry. After all, one man's legal problems are about the culture of secrecy and complicity that's allowed powerful figures to operate with impunity for so long. Speaking of so long, let's speak in Jurlasacry, part of Rocover Look in all of Rokez's entertainment company have entertainment, not in the music industry, but it's also the business of using its power to silence critics and control narratives of the leaked narratives. The illegitimate vocal scion and bribery tied to Rock Nation are painting a picture of an organization ready to go to extreme lengths to protect its founder if these claims are founded. It raises serious questions about the lengths to which Jay-Z's team will go to shield him from criticism. Continues to unfold. One thing is clear, her Jay-Z has built a kingdom. Jay-Z is imagined as a Samparezanessman and cultus of icon, but that image is now an icon, a threat, whether it's R. Kelly's danger, whether it's R. Kelly, Diddy, or users, the walls seem to be closing in, and while Jay-Z has denied all wrongdoing and vowed to fight these claims in the court of public opinion,